One thing you got to know is, and this is not an indictment against all PlayStation players, is that some of you that are on the PlayStation side, you are all about the talk. You really do not put up. You really do not pull up. And you really don't put your money where your mouth is. What's even crazy is you can't even hide your behavior. I'll show you, because you're all about appearances. And that's how PlayStation has basically been able to control the narrative. But once we started seeing data and looking into y'all's sales of these single player games, you were exposed. The Emperor had no games, or the players gave no sales. However you want to put it. Got this comment about my video. This person replied and said, maximum copism. Now, this is what you'll see when you make a case saying, if you notice the trend, Xbox is taking these games, it's live service games, it's going to PlayStation, and it's farming billions of dollars. Not only is it farming billions of dollars, it's farming tens and hundreds of millions of dollars with all of them put together. Elder Scrolls Online, Grounded, now Forza, Call of Duty, Diablo 4, and all of these other games, right? So money is flying in. Overwatch 2. But then you see a PlayStation player say maximum copism. So I replied, and again, sometimes I just said, get that card ready. Microsoft is going to be getting your money. He said, LOL, you think I'm going to actually buy any of those weak games? I don't want none of that S. I just think it's funny you losers are losing them. I guarantee you this person plays Call of Duty. Hold on. Let's see. They're online today. Let's see if they can actually do it. You play Call of Duty. Shut up. If you don't play Call of Duty, you probably play one of Xbox's games that are on your platform. Right? And if you don't, at some point, you probably are in the ecosystem that's somewhat inadvertently supporting it. That's the thing. Now, let me show you how the data actually casts light on the PlayStation player. We know the kinds of games that you guys continue to play more than anything else. At least the top 15, and in some cases, even further down. So check this out. If you look very carefully at this list from Circana, it will show you the last week's ranking. Right? Sometimes the rankings almost don't change. Like the top 10 was weird. It was basically the same thing for January 18th. But then when you come to the top 11th and 12th, they're still the same. Then you see Rocket League, which swaps between 17th and 13th place. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero stays at 14. And Apex Legends comes back up from 19th spot. So as much as you guys will cycle through games in this regard, you are not playing these PlayStation games as a general platform. So you saying, oh, you're not going to spend money on these games, it's okay. You're one person in a plethora of gamers who prefer a certain kind of game, of which Xbox is serving those kinds of games. Notably, Minecraft in this particular category and Call of Duty. And in some particular cases, Overwatch will break its way in, of which that does more money on Battle.net. You see, you said this already. You see, you're here to console war. But I'm also here to basically ensure that we know that you're here to console war, but you're not necessarily here to have a conversation. You said, I'm just happy that you losers are losing them, said the PlayStation fanboy to me, the PC gamer, who I'm looking at him going, I have no idea what you're talking about, because maybe you think I have any kind of, brand loyalty for Xbox. I couldn't be bothered. I've told y'all before. And, maybe it'll make you mad if you're an Xbox player, but Xbox disappeared today. It won't bother me at all. Why? Because it's now that these companies want to now be consumer friendly. I get it. They're consumer friendly. They want to be like Steam, but we've been enjoying Steam since, I jumped in. I jumped in with Steam in 2016. And people have been enjoying Steam even much longer. So again, it's not necessarily a matter of who's losing the game and who's not gaining the game and all of this. That's pedantic, childish little nonsense. The reality is, all of this talk and mouth from the PlayStation community, you guys literally have been exposed these past few years. Because again, remember, that's why I took a data-centric approach to talking about this stuff. Because all you guys want to do is you just want to chitty chat. That's all you want to do. You just want to talk. You're keyboard warriors. But deep down inside, what's sitting in your library is a live service game. At least one Call of Duty. Give me your gamer tag if you're about that life. Show me that you don't play Call of Duty, but you do. Many of you do. Many of you have them. If you don't have Call of Duty, you probably have 2K. If you don't have 2K, you probably have Fortnite. You have one anyways of these games. And so you're not, even if you're not paying for the Xbox Microsoft ones, you're proving to everybody that the Xbox Microsoft-like style games is exactly what they're bringing. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are on the Xbox side, this is where I want to basically warn you very carefully, because you see the attitude, right? You see the attitude that they have towards the Xbox ecosystem. Why do you think that Xbox making any games would have brought these people to your ecosystem? Number one, many of them are not interested. Number two, many of them pretend like they're not interested, but in all reality, they are interested, but want to basically pose in a corner based on these identity wars based on consoles. That's all it is. Or some of them might be secretly Xbox owners and be ready for the day that a game shows up and they like it, but they'll still go ahead and rag on Xbox. So let me just be honest with you. If you're on the Xbox side, you've been the butt of the joke for many years as an Xbox fan, because at the time it seemed like PlayStation had what, it took. But now that Xbox is basically dominating in the live service industry, in the platform industry, these people cannot switch off their brains to seeing reality. They're still in clown mode. That's what it is. It's not necessarily that, you're on a platform that's not serving you or giving you what is needed. It's just that you're in an ecosystem and an environment where, for the most part, you've been at the tail end of basically every meme and every joke that's been out here. So now that reality has come up and these PlayStation fans see that their ecosystem is inferior overall, that even PlayStation themselves sees that their ecosystem is lacking from their Insomniac leaks that they've tried to every day, try to disregard or tell me, oh, well, you can't use data that leaked. You can't use blah, 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 blah. You can see how hard it is for them to basically realize that this whole thing is a rug pull. PlayStation basically has done a rug pull on these guys and have been supporting their games with live service games that they and their other counterparts maybe in some case own, some case play, some case maybe don't play, but that's basically the financial, mine for these games on PlayStation. It's not the single player games that have been like super duper profitable, so we made another one. No. Some of them have been profitable, but some of them have been basically colossal, embarrassments compared to Nintendo, who does exclusivity. But they've been carried by the live service games. So now Xbox has gone in there and said, you know what? I'm going to get me a ton of these. Or they've been building most of those because those have sustainability. And these PlayStation fans or fanboys, they can't switch off their console war brain. You see that? Did you guys just see that regurgitation of literal, computing programming? Like somebody has basically written the code that this is all you must spew, yet you can't necessarily break out in a cerebral way and kind of consider what's going on. That's the PlayStation fanboy's brain, because he is used to constantly jeering at the Xbox fanboy. So this is what everyone on the Xbox side must understand, that there is that hardened mindset where it doesn't matter. Even if Xbox is giving a bar of gold for anybody who switches console, many of these folk are not going to do that. They're not going to switch consoles because they are better off in their religion of PlayStation hyper fanboyism than actually coming to play games that some of them may even want to play. I mean, if I'm lying, what about that audience member that told MBG that if he got Game Pass, he was done? And MBG basically it's like they poured cold water on the man. If you think I'm not making this stuff up, you have these extremists everywhere. The ones that cussed out my mother and my children on Discord. I mean, you got them everywhere. All because I showed them the picture of exactly what PlayStation is. So when I've been telling y'all that Xbox's strategy is clean as heck in terms of how they're going to pretty much go in there and grab their hate dollars from those folk, you're about to see it really, really play out. Just watch. Forza Horizon sales. Watch the sales of the next Xbox game that goes there. Keep an eye closely on it. You're going to see some really interesting things. You'll see it. Some of these, they're going to buy it. I mean, some of their, their prophets are already saying they're going to buy it. Oh, I'm going to buy Doom. Well, you know what happens, right? The people that watch them and listen to them and read their Twitter, because many of them are sheep, we're going to buy Doom. Dude, all these folk on the PlayStation side, they are the marketing team for Xbox. I'm about to do a video on that. I'm just waiting for them to keep talking because I need to get the receipts enough of them so that you can see how many of these folk, through their hatred or their clowning of Xbox, are going to advance Xbox. When life throws you lemons, you port games, I guess. Peace out.